Hey guys, this is Mr. Breen, and in this video I'll be talking about Greek dative case use. Here are a couple sentences in Greek to show you how Greek uses the dative. So our first sentence is ton muthon to doulo lege, which means he tells or she tells the story to the slave. Our second sentence is hoi auturgoi siton tois Athenaios par akusin, which means the farmers provide grain to the Athenians. In both cases, we translated our datives, to doulo in the first sentence and tois Athenaios in the second sentence, with the word to in English. One of the most important uses of the dative case is as what we call an indirect object. This is the person to whom the subject does the verb. Usually, these indirect objects appear with verbs of giving, showing, or telling. In other words, I will give this to you. I will tell this to you. I will show this to you. Here are some examples in English to try to illustrate this further. The college gives a scholarship to the athlete. So in this case, we have a verb of giving, showing, or telling, is gives. And so they're giving the scholarship to the athlete. That's an indirect object. In Greek, this would go in the dative. Our second sentence is, the athlete no longer goes to class. Now here we have to class. So it's a noun preceded by the word to. But this is not an indirect object. We don't have a verb of giving, showing, or telling. In fact, we have a verb of motion. And this is actually a place that this person is going to. It's not a person to whom they're doing something. This is actually a place to which, and we do not use the dative for this in Greek. I just wanted to put this in here to show you that English uses this word to for a lot of things, not just for indirect objects. So just because something is preceded by the word to does not make it an indirect object that goes in the dative. Our last sentence is, the hopeless romantic gives the haughty woman a diseased wombat. Okay, this is to show you that even if something is an indirect object, English doesn't necessarily give it the word to. When you're translating Greek, though, you should always translate indirect objects with the word to. In this sentence, our subject is the romantic, and our verb is gives, and our direct object, what is actually being given, is a diseased wombat. The haughty woman is the person that the hopeless romantic is giving the wombat to. She is the indirect object, but in English we do lots of weird things, and it doesn't get the word to. In Greek, this would go in the dative case. Let's look at a couple more Greek examples, and then you'll get some practice. So we have the sentence, ton to strategu logon ho angelos lege to despote. This translates to, the messenger tells the word of the general to the master. Or the messenger tells the general's word to the master. Here we have a subject, ho angelos, a direct object, ton logon, and an indirect object, to despote. Our second sentence is, ho papos to anthropo to dapnon pareke, or the grandfather provides dinner to the person. Here we have a subject in the nominative, a direct object in the accusative, and to anthropo is a dative. It's an indirect object with a verb of giving. So take a second to practice. Go ahead and look at these sentences and translate them into English. Pause the video for now, and in a few seconds I'll put the answers up on the screen.